Ladies and gentlemen, this is the return of Crash Bandicoot Warped. Exactly. So anyway, I don't remember who played last, but I'm just gonna play anyway. It's my turn. So anyway, what are we gonna talk about? Things.
I've been playing Dragon Quest XI.
Well, that's something. So it's been a hot minute since we played this last. It's now it's a little bit past Crash's 25th birthday. So Crash is now a quarter of a century old. We can look at it that way.
Old.
Well, if you want to really feel old, you think about something that was made that got released in the 80s, and then you say, you know, how old was it? How old was it whenever you were born? You know.
How old is what?
Like Frogger, if not yet, it's turned. Well, in Japan, it's already been 40 years old now. And when I was born, it was less than 13 years old.
I was born at 4 to 7.
You were. It was less than a decade old whenever you were born. Actually, no. Strike that. It was a decade old when you were born. Now that I failed that math quiz, I don't really have a reason to go on. I better die. Alright. Anyway. So, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Okay. What about when we used to do this? just all day.
Yeah, that's one of those things where people would say, "Oh, I used to do that for hours." Like, no, you didn't.
Like someone
got bored.
When someone said people who say I watched the whole 10-hour video, or you know.
Yeah, none of them did. No one has.
Now, before anyone says anything, yes, I am aware. I'm sure I missed some boxes because I didn't take the bonus route, but oh well.
Whose freaking fault is that?
Well, that's probably the it's not my fault. I know that, right? But I'm right now just collecting Levi's. Because whenever I saw Levi, I thought it was.
Oh, are we collecting Levi pants? Is that the idea?
Well, yeah, that's this video is brought to you by, I don't know. I was playing. I used to look at the word Levi and thought it was just. It looked like it just said level, but without finishing it. Wait, did I miss a box? Even though it's not important right now.
Yeah.
Now I'm super curious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, another TNT.
TNT Dynamite! Except I hate AC/DC.
They're the best band ever made!
It's the vocals. That dude is annoying. Their first guy was alright, but good lord, the second one was so annoying.
You're wrong. You're objectively wrong.
I also think it's funny some people call Boomer Rock.
It's okay. It's not animal cruelty because it's already it's an animal doing it.
Animal cruelty is fine.
Animal cruelty.
Some people really don't know how to pronounce cruelty very well. It's like animal cruelty. It's not cruel, it's cruel.
Well, correcting me is racist. Yep, I missed 2 boxes.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be those kinds of people that said a poem, they say poem. Those people are immoral.
You know what else is immoral? You're about to play next.
I am?
Yeah.
Frick, I wanted to play more Dragon Quest.
Well, here's the thing. The rules are that you know.
This isn't Dragon Quest 12.
I know it's 13. You're going out of order. You're going out of order. You're going out of order.
I don't want to do those other stages. Screw you.
This is gonna mess up the whole routine. I don't know. So anyway, you know, I love Crash Bandicoot. I've already mentioned this before, but I'm sure I have anyway. I love Crash Bandicoot, but man, backtracking in the way you have to complete the levels, and like, especially in 2 and 3, is just, it's not very fun all the time. The way you have to backtrack.
I think 2 are the worst backtracking.
Yeah, 2 is okay. The level of difficulty of these games, at least when trying to fully complete them, it goes 1 or the okay. From bottom to top, it goes this game, 2, then 1.
1 is brutal.
Yeah, like what you have to do is simple enough, but it's actually doing it is the problem. Is the difficulty.
I don't know why Sony didn't opt into having joysticks from the get-go of the PlayStation. So many of the games could have been started with better controls if they had just begun that way, but because some of the games had to care about having, you know, the non-joystick controllers, they were limited.
Yeah. You know, apparently, I had forgotten about this. You know, apparently there's an Alien game on PS1 where they actually use what we know as just the standard controls these days for first-person shooters. As in, it used both joysticks, like one joystick to move and the other joystick to do, you know.
I guess there weren't really many games that did that back then.
Yeah, but of course it got lower ratings because of that at the time.
What was their criticism?
It's like, these controls are... I don't remember. I didn't read exactly, but I know it was criticized.
There weren't any good shooter controls before then.
I don't know.
I mean, look at GoldenEye. I mean, it's a cool game and all, but, like, you had to use the C buttons.
No, it's perfect as can be.
The C buttons were trash, and the only game that I ever played on N64 that used the C buttons well was Zelda.
No. This is some people must, as GoldenEye 64 people, you know, like, here's the thing.
And then, of course, the problem with the GameCube controller is the C button was just a tiny stick. And very hard to aim with. It was too easy to move.
Until the Switch Pro controller came out, really the GameCube controller is probably their best in terms of 3D games.
Oh, the Switch Pro controller is a masterpiece of controlling.
I'm just saying, like, the GameCube controllers were, like, at the time, they were the best controllers to have in terms of 3D gaming on Nintendo systems. Because, like, while, you know, the Wii was too... Obviously, there are many problems with the Wii controllers, but...
Remember that weird period where you could buy, like, for some reason, our Walmart, like, you know, you had, like... Oh, come on! You had those, like, little Wii Point cards you'd get because you couldn't do direct money on the store yet.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't remember how much it cost. Let's just say $5 for 500 points. I don't remember what the actual rate was.
Yeah.
But then, like, there were those cards where you could pay the, I think it was, you know, for, like, 1,000 points.
Yeah.
But you only had to pay, like, $8 for a sleeve for your class controller and the card. Like, it was a way to get the points cheaper. Oh my gosh, I haven't done this in so long.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, I remember an Xbox used to do the points thing too.
Yeah, but wasn't that optional?
No, at the time it was required. At the time.
I guess when they realized that some people really just wanted to spend the exact amount.
Yeah.
Although if I remember correctly, even Nintendo kept that going when they went to money values, but like...
Well, they kept it going on the Wii Shop.
Well, I think on the on the Wii Shop, yeah, but I think that like was it the 3DS? Oh, come on.
3DS is when they started having.
Yeah, but couldn't you originally only pay it? Couldn't you only add money to the shop in like $5 and $10 increments? You couldn't do exact.
Oh yeah, well at the time, but there was. I guess later on they added the option to just pay exact.
Yeah, but I mean, why didn't they start out with that? That's freaking stupid.
Because I don't know.
Nintendo hates money.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently they do. apparently they hate it enough to where they won't put a proper virtual console on the Switch. And they hardly put anything on the. They hardly put anything on the Switch like online thing.
Yeah.
Supposedly they're gonna start adding Game Boy games. This is older, by the way, if they've already done it, or if it's already done, then you know this is back when before they did it. But yeah, apparently they're gonna start adding Game Boy games, but still.
Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color?
I think both. Probably start out with Game Boy first, and then.
If they actually do Game Boy Advance, they'll make all the money.
Well, yeah. Anyway, but
seriously, who bought a Wii U? Not me.
Well, I did.
The only thing I played on the Wii U was the Twilight Princess HD remaster.
So anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny how Switch has become a port machine. Anyway, GoldenEye 64, if you think about it, like, there's people that there's people that say, like, the newer versions are just like, oh, they're not good, you know.
You just have nostalgia for the old version?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Now, sometimes the new version isn't good if it's a bad port, like the Ratchet and Clank ports on the PS3.
Well, those weren't bad. They were just like...
They were bad.
Well, let me put it this way. The ports were bad. Alright. The way they handled it wasn't very good, but the games themselves are still good, so it's still an enjoyable game to play, even on the PS3. Anyway, but yeah, the GoldenEye, I was playing it and I was just like, what's the difference here with GoldenEye on the newer systems, other than better controls? If you're playing the DS version, I understand that's probably not the best, but the only thing you get out of that is the luxury of portable, you know, but anyway, yeah, yeah. Basically, like, okay, so with this game, I can admit that like, you won't go bad by playing this version, but if you say that the newer version is better, then that's understandable. Yeah, I wouldn't quite say it with the cocoa water levels, but you know, I understand that. Did you not see the problems in the water levels with Coco, or you know, the jet ski?
On what?
On the Insane trilogy, yeah. The physics were kind of weird, and if you're trying to be precise with like getting boxes and stuff, it can mess you up. If you're used to this version, at least. But anyway, but yeah, if you want to say that these games are best on the Insane trilogy, that's understandable. Again, I have nostalgia for this, and so we're used to these versions. So, but they're not bad ports. Like, you won't go wrong with playing these versions, and now you're playing again because that was a short level. Your turn.
Pizza time.
Gosh, I remember that. Are you the drunk friend at 2 a.m. or whatever, or 3 a.m.?
Heck yeah, I don't even drink and I'm still the drunk friend.
Crash Bandicoot.
Meet again. Ooga Booga and Dr. Cortex want me to teach you a lesson. Well, I've made a few modifications to my mechanics since our last encounter. So back off or be deleted.
See, honestly, like, Engine sounded really threatening back then. The way he read all, the way the lines were and the way his voice was.
And now he's the not so straight scientist working for.
Well, he was like that in the like the of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant days. I still think Crash of the Titans is a good game, just not a good Crash game. Like, I feel like it would have... It probably wouldn't have sold as well without the Crash name on it, but it would have been better off as its own IP.
It would have worked better in 2003 or 4 as its own.
Well, yeah, the humor is pretty cringy in the game, but it had that very 2000s humor. I'll turn this down just a little bit. I don't have a camera set up, but I do have a backup plan for if the recording goes bleh.
What's your backup plan?
Well, I made that backup account for where I saved when we already had it recorded last time, so...
What?
Yeah, what I was typing on there, backup. I made another account in this game, so like, if something goes wrong with this recording, even though we've like saved it or something, then you know, something. You don't run into the wall either. Are you gonna worry about the boxes?
Yes.
My self-conscious will kill me for them. Here, let me get.
It's conscience, not conscious.
I don't care.
You have a conscience. You are self-conscious. How do people not understand?
One of these days, you're gonna have kids, and then they're gonna ask you something, and that, it's a kid question, so it probably won't make sense. And then you're gonna be like, "Why? That's dumb."
Yeah, because kids are freaking dumb. Kids are stupid.
And then they're listening.
That's why you gotta teach them, because they're freaking retarded.
But then there's a lot of kids who never learned, and now today we've got a bunch of dumb people. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so
that's why there are people going to schools to get communications degrees. Like, what the heck do you do with that kind of degree? Nothing. At least nothing that's in demand.
Gender studies.
Oh man, women's studies. What a joke.
You get more out of an art degree than that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I had a case at work one time where I managed to make fun of a women's studies degree in front of our HR manager. I don't know how I came out of that one alive. That's a true story.
Wow.
I mean, you can understand, it wasn't like, ha ha ha, women's studies is dumb. It was, we had a summer intern who felt like his work was useless. And I told him every day that he said it, like, hey, is he not getting a women's studies degree?
The water looks really good for the PS1.
Well, I just say it like this: it's not really like how
the water caused it to push up, and yeah, that's the thing. It's even worse in Insane Trilogy, where you're trying to be precise, and then it,
No, the water is not so much like it's good or it's true water. It's that it's not just like 2D blue with some pixelated white to simulate the water moving.
Yeah. Because it moves around. Like I said, it moves around realistically, and it just looks visually better.
Oh yeah, no, it's good looking water. I might drink it later.
Well, there's sharks in there.
I might drink the sharks too.
Well, nutrition, but
I need protein. All the protein. If I'm gonna make those gains, I need the protein.
So you like duck down to get the life.
I know.
No, you didn't know until I told you.
Frick, do I care?
Because you keep losing the lives. Oh. By the way, you're gonna have to go over to that big ship to get some more boxes. Remember when people used to talk, used to type like a boss and spell like a vowel 5?
Ship.
Things were
a giant ship.
SpongeBob, how long are you gonna stay in your little fantasy world?
How long are you gonna stay in your little fantasy world? Ever since that one scene came out with that movie Bill Foggerbach was in, where he talks about ripping a guy's cock off, I just like how people have taken that audio clip and put it over Patrick in various scenes.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it wasn't that in that. Was it called Jennifer's Body or whatever?
I don't know.
I think that was the scene. It was. I can't remember.
What about
for
her
sure.
body?
Oh, that's the name of a movie. It stars Megan Fox.
I remember. Oh, what's over here? Oh, is this lives?
Yes.
You know, I found this as a kid, and I can never figure out how to do it again.
What is it?
What I'm doing right now, where you like, where you know, with the 3 lives were sitting over there. Like,
Oh yeah.
Boy, I must be stupid.
Must be. Don't get killed because you'll have to get all those boxes again.
Don't get what?
Don't get killed and get noticed.
Yeah, English.com. Pay a visit sometime.
That was the
Frick!
Well, don't worry about the boxes.
Fine. I'll just run into stuff.
You don't walk away.
That was one of those beautiful mashups I've ever seen. This stage made the vibration of the little controllers rumble violently, it felt like. Remember that weird period where they made those PS3 controllers that didn't have vibration, but they had 6-axis?
Yeah.
Only to later realize that vibration was a way better feature to put in controllers than 6-axis.
And then they had both.
Yeah. So, like, 6-axis is dumb. No one wants to move their controller.
Yeah,
like
it's not
that.
as good as 7-axis. But yeah, I remember I used to have when we got our first PS3, we had a controller that didn't have vibration in it. But I mean, we got that in like 2009 or something.
Why am I retarded?
Well,
I do not remember these controls being this hard.
well, we gotta admit something though. We're used to better controls. Not that this game has bad controls. We're just used to better controls. To the point where it's just when you come back to older stuff, even if you know it pretty well, if it's been a while since you've done it, it's just like, whoa.
I just got through there. I figured that hitbox was bigger.
Now, the reason I know these levels pretty well is because I've played this more times than I should have, but I laugh at my own commentary, or else I'd be dead. But
You really do.
what am I, Jimmy Fallon in the Tonight Show?
We think he died sometime between the Late Show and the Today Show.
Well, now I get to play the. I don't know. I think the next level is called Tomb Waiter. We're gonna play some Tomb Waiter. I like the references they had to like the games at the time, and then they also have some dirty references here and there. And Sylvester's just kind of looking around right now, and he's being a Garfield right now. He's laying in his box, no, his perch. Who here has seen Saw the Garfield movie from the mid or early 2000s or whenever it came out?
What happened?
Oh, I've seen it once.
Saw what?
Oh, that Garfield movie that came out in like 2000 something.
It's like that.
Bill.
That scene in Zombieland. Do you have any regrets? Garfield remake.
He didn't say remake.
Oh.
he said Garfield maybe. Let's see. But of course, then the question becomes, how did I do that? Then the question becomes, why did he return for the sequel?
Maybe he regretted it later.
Yeah. Well, he said Garfield maybe, but you know. Yeah, I've actually seen both movies, and I will say that between the two, the second one isn't very good, but we're talking about the Garfield movie, so it doesn't, really matter. Nothing mattered, no. Even though I'm probably not gonna get all the boxes. I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sylvester, what are you looking at? Nothing, just spare stuffs. I like how cats just look at stuff. They just catch their eyes. Let me look at them right now, Andrew. We have the luxury of actually seeing it. But Andrew's not paying attention because he's stupid. Oh. Lord, I still remember when... This is a story I've told on here before. But, I still remember... Andrew, do you remember that time whenever I got in trouble, and Mom and Dad were called because I said the word stupid? I wrote it down on a piece of paper or something. You don't remember that?
No. Where was this at?
This was in 2nd grade. When I was in 2nd grade.
We went to the same elementary school 2 years apart. How the heck did you have that different of an experience from what I had? I
don't know. I wrote it down on a piece of... I mean, I wrote it down on an assignment we had, but still, I wrote it down. It said, oh, he's looking at that controller that's like blinking right now. That's what Sylvester's doing. Anyway, our cat. Anyway, but yeah, I wrote it down, and the teacher's like, do we write those words? And then like called Mom and Dad, or sent me to the principal, and I was there for most of the day because I wrote down the word stupid.
Do teachers still do that? Do they still like try to act like moral authoritarians?
I don't know. That was just my...
It is true that some kids do need some respect beaten into them.
Well, yeah, but like I wasn't doing anything that bad at the doing that at least. That wasn't my...
Like, if you cuss a teacher out, that's one thing. That kid needs a beating. Or you're just flat out not listening to the teacher.
Yeah, but I wasn't...
to write something like stupid and then the teacher gets upset. I don't... what's wrong with the word stupid?
Yeah, I remember, like, I always hear about these elementary school kids, like, swearing and stuff and probably not getting in that much trouble. And then, like... But yeah, at our elementary school, you write down something like that, and you're dead. they take you out and they shoot you. I don't know.
You basically get burned at the stake.
Well, yeah. It's a crime that shouldn't be allowed.
I'm guessing that's just something from a bygone era. I mean, you got to think. I finished elementary school in 2003.
I finished it in 2005.
And a half.
Yes. No. I love the music here. I love the bonus stage, the death route stage and music theme in Crash Warped. Because they like set it up very well. It's like some people might say that this is like cheaper because each death route music was different, like the theme was different in Crash 2, just like the bonus stages. But they just set up a good theme for them. Just use different instruments. Also, they had to make this whole game in like a hallway with no air conditioning. Not even joking. They had to. Well, I don't know if they were all in the hallway, but they had to. They had no air conditioning where they were at, and they had to work on these. Like I think some of them had to work on like hallways and stuff. It's just at least their work paid off, but still, that's pretty bad. This is before Naughty Dog was really a big company. Let me go ahead and wait here a bit. If I lose this time, I'm not going to worry about this thing. And now he's wanting back in here. Was Sylvester out of the room? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so here's the thing. I look back on the things I did in elementary school, and there were things that I deserved to be in trouble for, of course, but then there were things, you know, like I said, about the stupid story. I mean, that whole situation was just stupid.
Just like you!
Oh! But yeah, like, there were things like that where it's just like, did I really get in trouble for that? Like, sometimes, there was even times whenever I was a kid where, of course I was upset that I got in trouble when I was a kid, but I mean, like, there were times where I was just like, is this really a thing? Is this, like, was this necessary? And yes, I did die on purpose that time because I got the blue gem. Getting the blue gem means you have to sacrifice yourself. I don't know. But yeah, there was the elementary school we went to. They were very, you know. Anyway, stupid. That's why I was like really thrown off whenever we went to middle school, because I was just like, this is very different. I still got in trouble for dumb things. Like well, yeah. I'm waiting this tune. So I had pizza earlier and it was delicious. I had 4 biscuits and I ate 1. Then I only had 3.
Now I only have 3.
Anyway, what about those people that, like, they act so sure of themselves and when they're proven wrong, they're like, oh. I feel like these mummies just want a hug. But they got the spiky stuff, so it's dangerous. Why am I trying to get all the boxes whenever I'm just gonna... probably not gonna get the gem. I mean, I'll just get it. I do wish there was some kind of sign of when the water's gonna rise. I mean, the water doesn't go so high where you don't have any time. It doesn't go so fast rising that you don't have any time to move, but sometimes it's just like, you know. Oh, there we go. I did get the gem. And by the way, yes, we're still not going to be fully completing these because that would include us trying to do Crash 1. And I've only done that once without cheats. I'm not going to try to do it again. By the way, it's your turn. You get to fight Engine. You get to fight the boss. Wow. 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 In gin and tonic.
Why can't I find a copy of Sonic Riders anymore?
Maybe everyone's buying them.
Who got sudden nostalgia for Sonic Riders? That wasn't me. People.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I should probably start paying attention.
Remember when all these games were able to get away with like E ratings and stuff, like this game? Well, I mean, there's really nothing offensive in this game. Just stuff like this now is just like, we gotta make it E10 or we can't have it, you know. Unless it's pixel art and it's cute little creatures and they don't actually die, I don't know. But I remember,
okay, children under 10 don't really need game consoles anyway. Children under 4 shouldn't smoke.
But yeah, like you think back to this era, and we had, like, you know, these games were rated E, which a little more understandable, but like then you have Mega Man X being rated E at the time, at the Mega Man X games.
I've always found it really interesting that this bottom piece can be destroyed without it being open.
Oh no. It's probably... that's one of the most useless weapons, though. It's just like... It is kind of powerful, but it's like, you know...
What is?
Oh, the little golden thing coming at you that, you know, that you already destroyed, but... I think it does take away more health, but it's like extremely slow and it can be destroyed, and, you know... Anyway, this is the Anyway stream. Well, recording. But yeah, like Mega Man X, even when the Mega Man X games were re-released the first time, like the X collection on PS2 and GameCube.
Mega Man X is Mega Man 10, and then it's Mega Man
X2 through yeah. But yeah, like Mega Man X collection was rated E, and they even added in a swear word, a swear.
Is that a swear you swore?
To the first, in the first Mega Man X.
Really? But they said wordy dirds?
They said them.
It's funny how history repeats itself. Yet again, engine has failed.
Clancy Browning all over the place.
We must destroy you! Oh, my aching head. I'm not feeling myself these days. So the end is in sight. Gather another 5 crystals, and again you will have foiled my plan. Or will you?
Whoa. Wow. So, yeah, Mega Man X collection was rated E. Mega Man, let's see, I think Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2 were, oh well. I guess we were playing as backup. Anyway, well, we have 2 backups, whatever. Well, we have a backup, and they're both called backup. Anyway, Gone Tomorrow. So, and then the Mega Man Zero games were also rated, you know, when they were re-released, they were rated T. I think whenever Mega Man... No, Mega Man, the first like remake of Mega Man X was rated E10. I think that was the first E10 rated Mega Man game. And then like the first one to be an original game to be rated E10 was Mega Man ZX Advent or whatever it's called. couldn't really get into those games as much because they're Metroidvanias. Well, I'm trying to understand those people that, like, they say they hate backtracking in games, but then they also like Metroidvanias. The Metroidvanias are literally backtracking the game, you know?
Yes.
I've heard some people say, well, if it's done well, and I'm just like, well, there's a lot of Metroidvanias that aren't done well. There are some that are done well, but, you know. I think the only ones I've really been able to get into so far is Mega Man, Tomba, or the Tomba games. Those are the only Metroidvanias that I've been able to get into. I think it's because they feel more open. Like, I think one of the problems with most Metroidvanias is that, like, they're usually in closed areas and, you know, or closed-ish areas, and they just don't feel right. Feel too
claustrophobic.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with, like, a dumb way of saying it.
Santa claustrophobic.
You're not saying so close, I'm claustrophobic. What does claustrophobic mean? It means he's afraid of Santa Claus. I like how I got so many Wampa fruit there that it could, like, froze for like a split second. I remember we used to rent these games a lot.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and...
It's because our parents were too stingy to actually pay for the games. They'd pay $20 over a series of rentals long before they paid $20 for a one-time purchase. It didn't make any sense.
I don't know. I know we used to rent, back when renting was, like, in the final years of, whenever we had areas that would, you know, where you could rent stuff, was, I used to rent WarioWare Smooth Moves a lot.
I thought we just bought that.
We eventually did. And, hold on just a minute. Okay, we're back. We just had a little interruption there. Just had to hide the body, what?
Oh, you're so funny.
Aha! I know.
The Yokians.
The Yokians. We come in peace.
We come in peace.
Gosh, Jimmy Neutron. I'm glad there's a lot of people starting to realize how great that show really was.
That show is bizarre.
I know.
Sorry, let me quote. It was bizarre!
Carl. Yeah, Jim, don't make us put the hurt on you.
Yeah, Jimmy, don't make us put the hurt on you.
It was just like his calming voice was just... his calm voice was what really sold his character, just things he would say. And I mean, he would also be funny whenever he was not calm sounding, but you know. Why are you both staring at me? Do I look fat to you?
Do I look fat to you?
Let's see. Yeah, there was that episode where Carl was pregnant. Was a...
I'm going to say it, and then I touch him and say, I'm going to whisper it in Shane's ear, and he'll blurt it out in surprise.
Carl's pregnant?
See, that was a show that I think got better over time.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, with our pattern here, I think you'll be the one fighting Vortex. So we'll probably be here a long time. Up.
You fight him. I don't want to.
No. Oh. So my friend Zoe was on. Someone I know online was on an episode of the Frogger Game Show. By the way, there's a Frogger Game Show.
Which doesn't make any sense. I don't think I've ever heard someone mention the name Frogger outside of you.
There's a lot of people that know about that have played the Frogger arcade games. Frogger arcade game, I should say. I mean, there's most of the other arcade games are mostly for like gambling stuff and casinos and. But yeah, there's a lot of people that played Frogger. It's just that's true, Sylvester. That's what I was thinking. It's just that I don't know.
Town are terrible.
I don't know a ton of people that have played like the sequels, that play. I know a lot of people that have played the PS1 games, but I don't know a lot of people that have played like anything after that. I know some, but not all.
Frick.
Which I know that there's a lot of people that when they've come to in the future they've come to Frogger He's Back, or what we refer to as that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, here's the problem with this. There's no reset button.
How did I get caught in the edge of the thing? I'd have rather just gone down the hole and then come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame the poor frame rate on this recapture software. Get a better computer.
Well, it's not just that.
New Mario Kart looking pretty lit.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, Frogger, the game show. I mean, it's interesting. I don't normally watch game shows, so for someone who doesn't watch game shows, it's fine. Of course I probably wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for the fact that I knew about Frogger. No, but like, I mean, it's got funny, there's a lot of humor in it, and my friend on there, again, her name is Zoe Khan. I think that's actually her name.
You guys actually chatted though?
A little bit.
Is she really your friend?
Yeah, we've been friends as of this recording for a little over a week. I saw her on Twitch because she was playing I discovered her because it was in my suggestions thing on Twitch. Because obviously, well, you would have made
Ball
it.
sack.
You old penis wrinkle. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, I found out about her because I looked in my suggestions thing and I saw she was playing Frogger. I was like, the arcade game, and I was like, oh, cool. And that's where it all began. And that's where she mentioned.
Now he's looking for a wedding ring.
Oh, you didn't win, and you missed one box. You want me to do it, don't you?
No.
Oh. But so this recording is brought to you by Zoe Khan on. Well, that's not what she goes by on Twitch, but anyway, she's on crap. No. Anyway, yeah, I'm losing my train of thought.
This episode is brought to you by Apple Booms. Oh, right! Oddly named off-brand cereal. I had a buddy in high school who did that. This one kid brought in something just called Apple Booms. And he's just like, hey guys, he's like, yeah, I got some cereal. And the other guy just looks at it with great excitement and just goes, "All right, oddly named off-brand cereal."
Before I forget, check out episode 4 of the Frogger game show on Peacock so that you can see Zoe. Anyway, do you remember in...
I have no interest in game shows.
Yes, you do. No. But, what was I gonna say? Do you remember in high school? I can still remember in high school, whenever,
oh, frick those boxes.
in the really up close, shoot, what are you, sprites of Wampa fruit. But I remember on, whenever we were in high school, and, there was this kid talking on a cell phone. And then, like, gosh, our school was extremely strict on cell phones. Like, they were... Like, if they just saw you even had one out, like, it was just out of your pocket, you're just like... They were just like, you're... again, firing squad, they take you out and they shoot you for having your phone out. Oh, and if you wanted it back before the end of the year...
No, they didn't hold it till the end of the year.
I thought they did.
No, they held it for... Yeah, at least till the end of the day, maybe the end of the week. Oh, it was a fantastic money making policy.
Oh yeah, because if you wanted
it, school, the policy was, if you wanted it back, it was either they either held it for 3 days, or 1 day, anyway, or a week, whatever. The point is, to get the thing back early, you had to pay $25 for the first offense, $50 for the second offense, and then I think you got suspended for the other offenses, which, looking back, like, was good money making because kids were so dumb and would get caught with their phones that they'd be asking, "Dude, can you give me a quarter? Come on, man, I almost got $25."
Yeah.
But looking back, like, that's why was the school so strict on it?
Well, I know that at the time it was, I'm sure some of it might be, well, okay, it wouldn't make sense back then
what
because...
if that kid had a job and needed their phone for the boss to contact them, or their parents, or something? Like, there's just no consideration given.
Yeah, there wasn't.
And maybe the kid was about to go out of town. Oh, you want them not have it for their whole vacation?
But anyway, yeah, it was dumb as can be. But like I remember, when we were in high school and someone was talking on their cell phone, and then like we saw like wasn't a teacher but was a
principal.
Not the principal, but someone in the higher up of the employees there, but like the whatever you call them, and like as she was coming over, I think he started going like dun 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 dun.
I legit don't remember.
The Jaws music it was just so funny though, because like we knew it was coming, and then even as she was over there, he was still like holding his phone like on his ear, and just like still talking a little bit, and and then she just like grabbed it away from him. But it was just like we knew it was coming.
See, part of me thinks that it should have just been a personal responsibility thing.
Yeah. Huh?
Where, if the kid misses out on as long as they're not distracting other kids, if they miss out on their education because they got their phone, well, fail them. Let them learn.
No, actually, we're gonna fail the entire class. I hated that stuff.
Yeah, group punishment in schools never made sense to me. Like, it's, if half of them are acting up and you couldn't see who all did it, that's one thing. But if you're watching what happened... And
then you punish the whole class. Yeah, that's... I bet their idea was, they're going to be mad at the student for what the,
Yeah, but then, you see, that policy works when you can rough up the student that acted up.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I know, it's... we had, like, really, really dumb rules, and like... I'm not just talking about ones where I got caught. I mean, everything when I got caught was dumb rule. No. No, but, that's right, Sylvester. I don't know if y'all heard that, but anyway, So yeah, the rules there at school were, a lot of them were pretty dumb, where they didn't really make much sense, and you know. Huh? Oh. Yee. So yeah, high school memories. Well, school memories in general. I remember just about, well, not just about every year, but like just about every like school I went to. Which I mean, I didn't like change schools. I just mean like when I went from elementary to middle to high. You know, I always got in trouble, like majorly in trouble for something, and then like again half the time, it wasn't really something that is worth like punishing that harshly for. And then there was I'm not gonna get into it again, but there was some things where they stuck their nose where they didn't belong, and I got in trouble for stuff. But anyway, yeah, I still remember seeing this picture where it was like, what are you gonna miss? What I miss most about school during the summer? Something like, you know, my friends, the cool the cool teachers that you have, and all that stuff. What's the thing that you won't miss about school? School. You know, iFunny's been around for a really long time now.
Yeah, like what, 11 years?
That's roughly, yeah. Because I remember I've had an account on there for like, yeah, well, like 10 or 11 years, yeah. Do 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 do. I missed my chance to do that. You know, I still think that it would be really cool to have a remake, or like a, bless you, have a remake. They could still be side-scrolling, but like have a remake of the GBA Crash games, the good ones, not Crash Purple, but like the first two GBA Crash games. I think it'd be cool to have a like a remake, kind of like the Insane Trilogy, but with that, like have 3D graphics, but have, you know, you can still be side-scrolling. I mean, if they wanted to get creative and have them be more like this, then you know that's fine too. But anyway, it'd be nice if they had something like that. Because here's what I'm thinking: wouldn't make too much sense to pair these certain. It'd be kind of an odd choice to pair these certain games up, but have the GBA Crash games, and then have the mini games of Crash Bash, not the story, not like the well, not set up in the same way, story of it, as like the extra feature to, you know, play the mini games and stuff, and then maybe have some of the ones that actually have potential of being good from like Crash Boom Bang, but ah shoot, I just about made it. Screw it, I'm just gonna blow all these boxes away. But yeah, if they do some kind of combo like that, like, you know, you have a couple of games to play through, and then you have you know, a couple of semi-traditional Crash games to play through, and then you have the mini games. I mean, if they want, like I said, if they wanted to add the story, what they could do is have it to where, you know, you could just play through all the mini games and like only have to win one trophy per one, and then don't have it to where you can't progress at all without getting gems and crystals, doing the gem and crystal challenges. You see, like, that was one of my major problems with the game. Well, a lot of people's major problems was, well, okay, some people had a problem with the fact that they had just the same mini games over and over, just different versions. I didn't mind that as much if the progression system was better, and the way you have to beat the levels was better, because you could get two mini trophies to win the big trophy of the single event, of the single level, and then still lose because you know, you end up losing to another opponent, which can it can drag on. So I do want to see Crash Bash get some sort of remake treatment, but not in the. But they need to not make it in the same way that they did with the original game. There we go. Like some people say it should be left in the past. I don't really think so. I don't think it should be completely left in the past. Who are you again?
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyway, your turn.
Hold on, fucking move.
You gotta use the muscles in your joints. Oh, my lasagna.
Ow, my fingernails. Ow, my skin.
You get to be a mad bomber.
Ugh.
Let's see. I got a next test.
Coco, remember, it is not only Dr. Cortex that we battle.
When we were kids, we thought he said paddle.
He's a far more dangerous enemy than anyone can imagine.
Hey, you're going. Don't text and fly.
Do what I want.
No, I do what I want. Right.
That weird period of time where Sony thought the PSP didn't need that other joystick, and then you had all those shooters that used the friggin' square, X, triangle, and circle buttons.
Oh yeah.
That was a dumb idea.
Well, I think the problem is there were a lot of games that weren't really built for the PSP. I mean, yeah, the PSP should have had the other joystick, but I'm saying like. There were games that were like, we'll just port the same game, but you'll just use controls like this, you know. Like, okay, here's the thing though, and I know you still complain about the PSP Ape Escape, but they built it around using like the way they made the controls and stuff. They built it around using the PSP controls. It wasn't just a simple port job that they, you know. Just took away a couple of things. You did miss the feature to like have that fourth, you know, gadget to be able to use with, you know.
You also didn't like aim your gadget the same way. One of the biggest features with Ape Escape was the ability to aim your weapons and all that with your second stick. So it is kind of funny that control scheme. Certainly fell out of favor after a while.
Yeah, but it was a very different game. At the time, it was like it was one of the very few PlayStation games that actually used every single control. I think it used every single control. You're about to die.
Oh.
Well, there were some health pickups.
I already took them.
Yeah. Here, on the other side, though. I will return. But the internet will keep playing, so we won't have to pause. Dominoes.
Hola. Se habla español.
I remember whenever, Hey Arnold, whenever he was talking to that teacher who he thought had a date with him, or who And then she said something like she said something in Spanish too or something, and after he did, and then Arnold goes, enchilada.
That was back before Arnold really was like the helpful friend kid.
I don't know.
Like early Arnold was just a little dumber.
Yeah.
As a series went, he became more like the voice of reason, helpful friend.
Yeah. That's also back when they actually had kids voicing the kids, but that wasn't always the best decision. But I mean, they did a decent job.
You know what? Kid voice acting was absolute hot garbage if you look back at it.
You're gonna say Charlie Brown, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Or Peanuts or whatever.
Good lord, those kids could not act.
I noticed that, not all the time, but I've noticed that for more like older stuff. Like back then, there was a ton of kids that couldn't really act all that well. Later on, it got better. There's still some kids that really can't act, but you know. But then again, if they're on Nickelodeon, it's guaranteed they're not going to be able to act very well. I mean, the kids don't get to have their potential, but also a lot of kids should be in Hollywood, but you know.
I don't know if any kid should ever be in Hollywood.
Alright, so let's not do that, Sylvester. Let's not do that.
You either end up, you know, friggin' being with, you know, small children when you're an adult, or something isn't messed up.
Yeah. I hear that, I've heard from, like, Janek McCurdy, that, like, you know, there's stuff like, you know, you don't really grow up the same way, so when you go out in the real world on your own, you're just like, what do I do? So Andrew has left the room. Hey, Sport! Oh! So Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, this random alligator right here was very random and was alligator or possibly crocodile. I can't always come up with humorous stuff, people. So I have to laugh at my own jokes. I have to let you know, hey, I'm joking. Haha, give my own, you know. It became a habit. I think I just started like one time and then like, it just became a habit. Let's see here. You know, what I probably should do is pause it and wait on Andrew. Alright, we're back. We're back. So remember these gimmicky levels? Well, the only gimmick being, I mean, yeah. It's kind of funny, like, I looked at Crash 2 as being like, wow, this is there's so many familiar things in Crash 2 that appear in Crash 3, because I think I played Crash 3 first before. Like, I think well, I didn't play Crash 1 through, I didn't play Crash 1 first, but I think I played Crash 3 first, but I remember I watched Crash 1 first. Remember this right here? You just got a bunch of masks. So they're just like, you know what? It's the last level, whatever. Yeah, this last level actually isn't all that hard. Well, quote-unquote last level. It's like the last normal level that you access in a normal way. Oh, boom, 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 boom. You know something I've thought about? Is how is how dumb it looks whenever, like, in some of these, like, older cartoons, I don't know what it is, but, like, whenever it's not, unless it's being done in, like, a comedic way, whenever you have these, like, big drum type things, these big drum, music, or things, or, like, when they're in, like, a big band, and then you have, like, these, and, you know, the show's, like, low budget looking, and like you have these people playing drums, and they got these stupid smiling faces. I don't know what it is.
What are you talking about?
As a kid, I always thought they looked dumb then too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like one of those shows that can't, one of those Flintstone spin-off sequel series or whatever. Whenever it was like Pebbles and Bam Bam were older and stuff.
Was that a series or just a movie?
No, there was a series about it, about them being older.
I don't remember.
Well, I'm sure it didn't last too long, but I think it was a show that Mom and Dad didn't like, so we didn't watch it. Growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just like the way they had like someone was like playing one of those big drums and just making this stupid looking face, and it just, as a kid even, I was just like, this is retarded looking.
As a kid?
Even as a kid, yeah.
No, I'm trying to make a statement.
Oh.
As a kid, I hated kids songs.
As an adult,
they were really freaking stupid.
As an adult, you don't know a world without them.
Kids songs. But we would do them in school, and I would be like, wait a minute, this is dumb.
Oh, I know.
I don't want to sing this.
Dutch Valley.
A place for you to sell your meth. Yeah, we had like a little song with our school. I guess maybe the place we grew up was better at the time. But to be honest, now it's just meth country and cows.
Yeah.
So cows are cool. I got no problem with cows. I like burgers, so cows are pretty cool. But I don't. Why is this such an overly enthusiastic song? A place for dreams to grow? Yeah, maybe your dream is owning a meth lab.
Unbelief. Once again, you have outsmarted and outsmarted.
It's the reason I moved out of this place.
I should be rather upset, shouldn't I? And in fact,
I remember seeing drug busts on the way home from school. That's how you know you're growing up in a great place. You see drug busts on the bus riding home.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to see a lot of that stuff.
There weren't many
on the bus. Like, cause I remember there were times when, like, Crash Bandicoot for the last time. Give the crystals to me.
Give the crystals to me.
As you can imagine, you don't have a mask on, or you can't use Aku Aku as a thing. But anyway, yeah, a lot of the stuff that, like, whenever I rode the bus, or whenever, like, I would ride the bus, it'd be normal. A majority of the time it'd be normal. Wouldn't see that many special things. And then the times when I didn't ride the bus, there was like I remember you telling me about a time when the bus was going under a railroad crossing thing, and the things were coming down on the bus, and I missed that. I missed when there was a.
Where were you that day?
I don't know. I didn't ride the bus though.
Yeah. So the story there. You know what? You might have still been in elementary school when that happened.
No, I think I was in middle school.
I'm pretty sure that was 7th grade, so you would have been 5th grade. So one day,
you've been known to be wrong about this stuff. But anyway,
heading home, and a brand new bus driver. Like, she still had the previous bus driver there with her, showing her where to go. And I kid you not, we're crossing this little railroad crossing. Funny enough, it was our dad's crossing at the time, though he wasn't in the box maintaining it for some reason. And as she's going across, the crossing gates come down on the bus. So of course she's freaking out, and everybody's wondering what's going on. And it's not because a train was coming. It's because two guys were in the signal maintenance box, like that big silver box next to a crossing, and they were like, "Oh, sorry about that, miss." And something was messed up, so they had to force the gates up to let us cross. That ended up being the coolest bus driver I'd ever had. He'd bring us pizza sometimes. Like, that's pretty legit.
Well, like, I remember it was, like, I was in middle school when you were telling me about that. You were probably in 8th grade. Anyway. So you're wrong. I don't know. But yeah, we just beat Crash 3. The entire thing. I'm joking. Well, it was the entire thing for us as kids at the time.
Defeated again. This
is not fair.
Like what he says, it's like.
Retire to a nice big beach with a nice big drink and a woman with nice big bags of ice for my head.
I like how he's doing it from his chest. A woman with nice big bags of ice for my head. I like how in the Insane trilogy, right there, like when he's talking about a woman with nice big, like you can hear like you hear like a bag sound or like an inflating sound, you know. Anyway, so that was Crash Warped, and also our school memories, and
talk about the one time I almost got reprimanded, and managed to steal it off the teacher's desk, but it was for good reason. It was because I guess, I don't know, maybe this teacher is a communist or something. She was a big fan of group punishment, and it was, if everybody in your group doesn't bring their math textbook, you all get reprimanded. Well, I had a record of never having had one.
yeah.
I wasn't going to let that, I'm not going to let that fall because some of the kids being retarded. So, I end up, well, of course, one kid doesn't bring it, so we all get in trouble. So, I act like I'm going to look at the class pet tarantula.
Yeah.
And, while the teacher wasn't looking, I just snatched mine off her desk and took it away and threw it away in another classroom because I wasn't getting in trouble for someone else's incompetence.
Well, PlayStation Monitor members of Sony Computer Entertainment Europe.
David Bowery, Kenny Mathers, Liz Ashford,
These
Steve
are the Europe
Archer,
ones.
Dave Burke, Andy McCoy, Ian McCovey, Dee Norfolk, Carl McLean, John Cassidy, Richard Bunn, Ed Valentine, Geoff Renz, Chris Deering, Juan Montes, Juan Roberts, David Patton, Charles Zimbilas,
Soundtrack.
Tato Musica, Josh Manchel,
Universal Sound Facility.
Ron Horowitz, Kevin Spears, Clancy Brown, Brendan O'Brien, Mel Winkler, Michael Ensign, William Hootkins.
No, Winkler. Yeah,
Copyright 1998, Interactive Studio Incorporated, source code copyright 1999.
So anyway, we got the running ability. We're not going to be using it for this Let's Play, but we got it.
Show them that you can run!
Bazooker. Anyway. Let's save it here. And then we're going to end this here little...
I think a metal version of this would be pretty cool.
I'm sure there is a metal version of this on YouTube. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You get to the last boss, and we even got some other gems, and we're only 44% through the game.
Time trials.
Yeah, I know. Why don't I just do a time trial while we're her?
Hey, you could actually get a blue relic in the very first level without run.
Yeah, I know.
You just have to be careful.
Yeah.
Crash,
Wait.
Coco, if you have already retrieved a levels crystal, then you will find a floating clock when
Yeah, he died like back in 2020.
this floating
Who did?
clock activates.
The original guy who talked for Aku.
Who did? I don't remember.
Start ticking.
That Mel,
For the end,
whatever,
best
Mel
time.
something.
Beware.
Who talks for him now?
Elements will change.
Same guy who talked for Graham. Yeah. You didn't know that?
No?
He's talked for him since Crash of the Titans, I think.
It'd be really funny to put some audio clips on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
this is my good side.
Mel, what's his last name? The one who originally talked for him.
Mel Blanc.
Yes. I think his last Aku Aku role may have been in Crash Insanity. Which I want to love that game. I really do, but I can't because it's very flawed. It doesn't feel all that finished. And it's a game that gets excused, but Sonic 06 still doesn't get. But then Sonic 06 is still infamous for probably almost the exact same problems. Well, okay, there were multiple things, but there's my complaint of people's complaints of Sonic. I gotta have them at least once per stream. I keep saying stream, it's just a recording. Anyway, I got a gold relic. I'm gonna call this Mop. There. Masters of Playing. Anyway, so that's Crash Warped. Again, I'm just gonna squeeze a little save in here. Let's see, and join us next time as we play another game. Sometime in the future, unless we change it up, it might be Spyro 3 after this. But until then, like it if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more of these, and thanks for watching. Yeah.